Our Hollywood cult is starting to fall apart. And I just couldn't be happier about that. It needed to happen this way. Just speaking as someone who shouts things from the mountaintops and nobody believes her until someone else says it, until the news says it, until a man says it, until their friend says it, until the radio says it. Trust me, this can't happen unless everyone is on the bandwagon, unless they're, I think I said before, a sea of voices, because that's what it takes to bring down predators like this. Why? Because he has strongholds, because he has blackmail, because like I said, he's been collecting blackmail on people. I suspect a lot of these people are in positions of power and positions of surveillance. I suspect that a lot of these people could make life really difficult for some of these victims. I'm following one of them who, because she was being harassed so much, she started her own blog, and I'm reading her story there. Thank you for the tip, Vivian. The extent of this is disgusting, and as I was reading the blog, I understood why we get pulled into these individual stories and why they're important. They're putting their names on the line already. It's the silliest thing for somebody to lie about this, to choose to get that amount of hate. You would have to be crazy. Annie Abrams is her name. And as we speak, she's being censored. Can I tell you that? I believe her that he's capable of smearing her to the extent that he did, using people, using blackmail. Absolutely. He's been making tapes for a long time, you guys, since before the internet, okay? Since before dial-up, okay? The early 90s was when that first Manson home video was out. Let's check if it's censored. Let's just see. I'm gonna give YouTube the benefit of the doubt and see if they're gonna censor Manson home video, because I looked it up weeks ago and it's gone. I'm not gonna find it. One reason is because the internet is oversaturated with Manson stuff right now. And are you serious? Okay. Oh.
Hi.
I can't do this. Okay. My Weekend with Marilyn Manson and Why the Me Too Hysteria Must Stop is the title of this video. Greta Aurora, in light of the recent allegations, I wanted to share my personal story and encourage women to stop viewing themselves as helpless victims. You know what? This is a quick one. I'm not going to screen record. Let me just give you some friendly lighting, because I don't know what things look like in here. I don't know what I look like in here. But you guys got me fired up. This is bigger than I thought it was. This needs to keep being talked about, because I didn't realize that he had such a strong movement, I can't even talk, you guys. I didn't know that he had a actual movement of people for him and actually doing things to smear the women that are alleging the abuse. Okay. Anyway, so I was going through some of the victims' stories, and then I just happened to come across this video on YouTube, and I'm fired up now. I don't know who's making her read, but she's reading. Obviously, she's reading this. The headline is My Weekend with Marilyn Manson and Why the Me Too Hysteria Has to Stop. First of all, whatever you want to call this movement of actual justice and ethical treatment of women, whatever you want to call that, if you want to call it Me Too, fine. I don't care. I'm not a name, label type of person. I just call it justice. I just call it what is right. And she calls it hysteria. So she's saying that women need to take more responsibility for themselves. She's talked about her one weekend that she spent with Marilyn Manson when she was 18. She's talking about something very personal in a very impersonal way. It looks like she's reading from cue cards. She doesn't look interested in it. Like, I'm interested in this because I'm invested, because I'm pissed off. She's got me pissed off. She's got me fired up. Does she have that same fire? I don't know. Is she a puppet? I don't know. But this is what she has to say.
Out of all the women telling the same story, not one of them has mentioned they tried to do something to stop him doing things they did not like.
Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry about the lighting. Sorry about the mess. Oh my God, are you kidding me though? Are you kidding me though?
These days, women are told it is men's responsibility to ask for consent at every stage of an intimate encounter, essentially before every single move. Some women may want that, but many don't.
We don't need to hear what she's saying is the point. We don't even need to hear what she's saying. Let me just power down. Let me just power down. I think this is just gonna be a quick one because I'm not composed enough to do this right now. I'm just not. I'm shaking. I'm so angry at this woman. She's essentially saying that because she had one sexual experience with Marilyn Manson where things did get violent and she bit him back, then he stopped. She's saying that since that happened to her, then this Me Too movement is hysteria. That's what's called something that's anecdotal. That's what's called like a person saying, I hate all ducks because my grandma got killed trying to save a duck from crossing the road and she got hit by a car. I know that's a really weird example. And it made me forget totally where I was going with that. But this is just a quick one. I just want you guys to know there's actual fire under Manson because he has people in positions of power under his control because he has blackmail on them. And also, I heard the police are opening an investigation, but I've heard that he's in rehab just fine in Arizona. So the fact that there is a movement for him means that we have to keep talking about it. Survivors have to keep coming out. And this is the way it has to go. And it's this way for a reason. It's because he has a lot of money. A lot of money equals a lot of power, equals people. You can buy people. You can buy experiences. You can buy faked photos. You can buy fake timelines. You can buy alibis. This is why we need to believe the survivors, you guys. And we need to not ever listen to women like this. I couldn't even get through 7 minutes of this video. And it's longer than most of my videos. And my videos are way more interesting than the vacant, vacuous mannequin looking at me, telling me what a woman is. I'm fired up. I'm sorry, but I'm fired up. I'm sorry about the bad lighting, but I'm fired up. So that's my point, is we have to keep talking about it because people like this are still here. People like this are willing to put themselves on screen with the past that Manson has and say this bullshit. Label it what you want. Like I said, it's about women looking out for women and children. It's just stopping predators. Can we just call it that? And maybe that's not as catchy, but come on, guys. We don't need to argue over semantics and about what's hysteria. Okay. The first time the Beatles performed in a large amphitheater, that was hysteria. This is valid people coming forward, and I can't believe that people are opposing them and that they're getting so much hate that they're actually being bullied off of their platforms. It really makes me sick. And if they're willing to put their names out there and to get slandered publicly like this, then it's something that we need to keep talking about. It is important. So sorry we have to keep talking about this, but this is why. She's saying these women didn't bite back. He tied them up. He locked them in rooms. She spends one weekend with him. Are you kidding me? Like, how much money are they paying you, dude? Really? Really? I can't believe there's actual momentum coming up under him. Is it due to the fucking population of incels that he's helped to create and that he's probably largely the soundtrack for? Yes, that's probably why. Yes, we might be almost living in a fucking incel culture. It's just really fucking underground. Anyway, this is just I just wanted to like vomit out this video because I'm so fired up and like that just got me. I honestly can't believe this. Can't believe that we have to keep talking about this. I can't believe that there's still people that believe him and that are just choosing to ignore the obvious. That to me is just the craziest thing in the world. All right, I'm overheating. I'm gonna go drink some water. I'll see you next time. Neil Strauss, welcome to the top of my shit list. Not only did Neil Strauss ghostwrite The Long Hard Road Out of Hell, and stroke Manson's ego for it the whole time. But he also is the author of the game. That makes him just enemy number one in my eyes. So a friend made me aware of this connection. Silrune, thank you. As well as bringing attention to, I'm going to link everything in my description. This is not my attempt to cover it. It's just my attempt to tell you briefly what's going on. This is all things we need to watch. So everything that I'm putting in the description, add these Instagram accounts. We can't let this get away from us because there are a lot of people who are on his side, surprisingly, like Neil Strauss. Also, wrote for the New York Times. I mean, he wrote a lot of stuff. He's a name, and he's an incel, big time. I think that's kind of my point, is that the only people that are going to defend him now, with the record that he has, with the amount of evidence that we have, anyone who supports him is basically an incel in my eyes. Hey, before we had a word for it, we just called them misogynists or assholes, but now we have a word for it, and that's what I think of the people that support Manson right now. So anyway, this Instagram account that I'm putting down here, it's related to Dita Von Teese and her husband. Her husband seems to be grooming a teenager on the internet, and she has the screenshots to back it up. So this makes Dita Von Teese, anything that she might or might not say, it kind of clouds the validity of it, right? But right. So keep following her, follow Abrams, follow stuff closely, because these people keep getting censored, slandered, death threats. These people are unbelievably brave, and we need to celebrate them and pay attention to them. We all need to believe survivors. That's all. Believe survivors and be nice to each other, and I will be looking into all the rest. Everyone who participated in the research for this, thank you very much, and I will see you next time.